everybody, welcome back to Behind the Barn Door, episode number 6.
Behind the barn doors, let's go explore, catch a fun, there's so much more.
So today is a really cool episode. We have just started our harvest here at Cantref. So we're going to give you a little bit of a behind the scenes look, and Farmer Colin here is going to talk you through how everything works. Okay, so Colin, would you like to start off by just telling the viewers what's going on here today and everything that takes place?
Okay, so here at Cantref, we grow grass grows through the summer months, doesn't grow in the winter, so we need to provide food for the animals in the winter months. To do that, we make hay and haylage or silage. Obviously, the grass grows very quickly through the summer, and we're now at the time where the grass is ready to cut and make it to hay or silage.
Okay, perfect. So step number 1 in this process, what needs to happen first?
Okay, so the field behind us, we can see here, this has received a small amount of fertiliser and some farmyard manure.
So how do you know when it's ready to harvest?
Oh, so that's a really good question. And it boils down to whether you want quality or quantity. If you want quality, you cut the grass when it's very short, before it comes out in head. If you want quantity, you let the grass grow a little bit longer, it bulks up, and then you get a much more quantity of fodder to feed the animals in the winter.
Okay, so we've got the crop, it's all ready to harvest. Talk me through the process as if I don't have a clue, because to be honest, I don't really know that.
Okay, so the first thing we do is look at the weather forecast. Most important, we look for a clear spell of hopefully 4 or 5 days where it's going to be dry and nice and sunny. At that time, we will then, here at Cantref, we've got a small farm, so we use contractors for mowing and baling. So we'll get in contact with the contractor, he'll come and mow the grass down. Then about 24 hours later, we'll go into the tedder. The tedder is a machine that with discs on the back that spread the grass out to allow it to dry. We'll do that operation 2, maybe 3 times for haylage, maybe 4 or 5 times for hay. The hay needs to be a lot drier. And then once it's dry enough for the type of crop we want to harvest, we will then row it up, put it into rows, and the contractor will then come back with either the round baler for silage and haylage or a big square baler for hay.
So just again to clarify, the difference between haylage and hay?
Same type of grass that's used, but one is dry a lot more than the other. So hay is a lot drier. That's
Okay, brilliant. So you can see that currently we're in one of the fields that is yet to be harvested. We're going to now take you into one of the fields that has been harvested and show you a little bit about that.
Okay, so this field was harvested 2 days ago now. We made hay on this field, so that's the drier crop. We just moved some sheep on you, grazing a couple of days around the hedgerows that we obviously can't cut. At the end of the week, we'll be putting some full farmyard manure in to replenish the nutrients, allow the grass to grow again, so the sheep can come in and graze this field a bit later in the summer. On this field, we had 60 bales of big square bales, so that's approximately 30 tonne of grass we harvested off this field, and that will go a long way to feeding the sheep and the horses in the winter months.
Okay, so would you say, obviously it's still an ongoing process, but the harvest so far this year, is it successful? Is it going well?
The weather's been absolutely fantastic. We've had blistering sunshine. That's allowed us to wilt up to the right moisture percentage and harvest it in the best condition. So a really, really good start to the harvest. We've got about another 4 fields to harvest, and they'll be done in the next month or so, and that'll be all conserved, ready for feeding in the winter months.
Okay, so now we are in one of the hay barns. Colin, would you like to talk us through what we've got here?
Yeah, so a couple of days ago, this is the hay that we baled in the field. 60 bales stacked in the barn here. Each of these bales is about 2 foot deep, about 4 foot wide, and weighs about 400 to 500 kilos. Good way of knowing if hay is good quality is by smelling it. This is, as we testified, Shan.
Yeah, it smells really, really. I really like the smell of it actually. It's quite a strong smell.
Yeah, it's a really strong smell, because this is probably some of the best hay we've ever made. The conditions were spot on. The crop was ready to harvest. Sunshine came at the right time. So yeah, really, really pleased to make excellent fodder for the animals in the winter months.
Amazing. Yeah, so I think that's. Is there anything else you wanted to kind of?
No, we've gone through the cycle of harvest. You know what we've made the round bales of silage, a lot of lovely hay, and we're on really good footing to push forward. plenty of food for the animals in the winter.
Yeah, amazing. And yeah, it's really interesting to kind of, you know, you hear about, okay, so harvest happens, you get hay, blah, 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 but you never sometimes really sit down and think about everything that goes into it, all the people, all the things you have to do, you know, the factors that contribute to it as well, you know, like weather and stuff like that. So it's really interesting today, you know, just to have a little look at the behind the scenes of it and see what makes a harvest.
Absolutely. It's all down to the weather.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, yeah, thanks for joining us today. And as always, guys, leave something in the comments. If there's anything that you want to see next week or in the future, then do let us know, and we can do our best for you. Thanks so much for watching, and tune in next Thursday for episode number 7. Bye!
Bye!
I'm going north, let's go explore, catch a furnace, so much more.